Hey guys, it is Thursday morning and I am here filming my first update for the week, which feels a little strange. Usually I have an update a little bit sooner, but I finished reading Breakwater by Shannon, which is the second book in the Elemental series, the one that starts with Recurve. I actually read it as an ebook, so me holding up my e-reader is not exactly helpful. But this is a series that follows Larkspur, who is a fae who had her powers blocked when she was young, and um, she, she ended up becoming a guard in the first book, and then there were some big drama bits, and then now in the second book for Breakwater, she was sent off to a different kingdom of sorts, and honestly, she's not really sure if it's to kind of get her out of the way so she doesn't have to deal with the consequences of some of her actions from the first book, or whether it's because they want her dead, which is super exciting, right? And so I actually did have a problem with, I had some issues with the book, in that I didn't really know who to trust because Larkspur didn't really know who to trust. Um, there were three primary people who she was questioning whether they were allies or enemies, and I really struggle with that because I'm just so bad at knowing who to trust anyway. And it wasn't until about 2/3 through the book where she kind of finally figured out the the what for, and who was good and who was on her side and who was not. Um, and that's actually not terrible because it was only, I think the book was only like 240 pages. So it was about page 150, 175 where it finally was just like, oh, okay. And that's not that long. So that is a quibble, and I didn't like that particular part, but it really wasn't a big deal because it wasn't like I was sitting with this character for 500 pages not knowing who she's supposed to be trusting, and she's making these big decisions while not knowing who to trust. So it was okay. So it ended up being okay, and I did enjoy it. I This is definitely turning into a chosen one kind of story, and I'm actually okay with that. So um, it was just as fast paced as the first one. We got a little bit more world building. We got a little bit more character development, and I suspect that that's going to be how this series is that each one adds on layers to the world building and to the character development, and it just kind of goes from there. And I'm actually really good with that, especially considering that these are still really fun reads and short reads, and I'm enjoying myself. So next up is actually going to be Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It is the fourth and final book in the Naturals series. The Naturals series follows a female teen named Cassie who is natural at profiling people, and she gets put into a program with some other naturals. So another natural profiler, a natural emotion reader, a natural liar, and ergo lie detector, and then somebody who's really, really good at figuring out crime scenes and if things are possible and how it was done and that kind of thing. And she's put into this program where she is allowed to help the FBI with cold cases and develop her particular talent. Obviously, this is stretching the bounds of believability. You do have to suspend disbelief for this, and I'm really okay with that. I am hesitant about this book because the third book started going into a direction that I don't agree with. I don't think I'm gonna like if it continues the way I think it is. I don't know that I'm gonna like it. It did start going in directions that kind of went past the point where I can suspend disbelief anymore. I have the book, It is the final book. I want to give it a shot. I'm just a little bit terrified that this is, well, not terrified, but I think this might end up being a book I DNF, and I don't like that. I want it to be awesome. Okay, maybe, but anyway, when that happens, when I think that that I'm going to be reading a book that I may not like, I always hope for the best and give it a fair shot anyway. But that's okay. But in any case, if I love it, if I hate it, I'll be done with the series, and that's great. So, hopefully I will have an update for you, and hopefully it's a good update, and I will see you then. Bye. Hey guys, it is Friday night, and I have a couple book updates for you. I DNF'd it. I got to page 53 and I just couldn't do it. There's been a storyline that's kind of been, it first popped up, I don't know if it popped up in the first book or the second book, and then it was more prominent in the third book, and I was kind of hoping it would just go away, and it's the main plot of this book. Like, they have a case, but it ties into this storyline, and I didn't realize how much I hated it, that particular aspect, until I realized that that's all this book was going to be. And so I read the first 50 pages and the last 5 to 10, and that was good. I'm good. I don't need to read anymore. And then after that, I actually had picked up the first 2 volumes in this manga series, Shortcake Cake. It is actually have cake twice in it. It is by Morishita. I'm probably saying the first name wrong at least. And it's about a girl named Ten who, her hometown is a 2-hour bus ride away from her high school, because her town just doesn't have a high school. And so she moves into the boarding house in the town where her high school is. And it's a shoujo beat, so it's like the main character is the female, and it's about her love interests. And I read both volumes this evening over the course of an hour maybe, and I enjoyed it. It was funny and fun. There was points where I actually was laughing out loud. And I like it. It's normal. It's normal teen girl awfulness that you normally get from a shoujo manga, but it was fun. So I'll keep reading it. And bonus points for the drawings being very, very clear. Especially given how much I'm struggling with Claymore, it was really, really nice to have that. But I read them both, so those will go back to my library. And I'm going to go ahead and start Chimera by Mira Grant. This is a horror book. It is the 3rd book in the Parasitology trilogy. So it's the final book. I can't give a whole lot away other than the premise of the series is just that we are in the future where they have perfected tapeworms to be medically beneficial for humans. So people are walking around with tapeworms in their intestines on purpose. And of course, immediately everything goes horribly wrong. And so that's the premise of it. And this one is the startling conclusion. Probably not that, well, maybe startling, but I've liked the series thus far. I have not loved it, which is a little surprising for me because I do love Mira Grant's Newsflash trilogy. So when I went and picked this up, I was expecting it to like it a little bit more. But I'm hoping that this book kind of lifts up the series, and I still do like it. So, yeah. I don't know if I'll have another update for you At least not with a finished book. I'll still update you guys tomorrow because it's the end of the week. So I will talk to you then. Bye. Hey guys, it is Saturday night and I am just here to film my end of week clip. And I did go ahead and start Chimera. I'm 25 pages in. It's, what it is. I don't really have much to say about it because I'm only 25 pages in. I'm still trying to remember what happened at the end of book 2 because obviously this third book picks up right where book 2 left off, and it turns out I don't really remember it all. So I'm scrambling to remember, but so far it's fine. All 25 pages of it, but I did want to at least give you guys an update, so there you go. That's all I got though, so I will go ahead and leave you, but I hope you guys have a happy reading week, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye.